Hi everyone, it's Edna here. Welcome to my video series about the well-tempered keyboard of Johann Sebastian Bach. We've come now to Prelude and Fugue number 50, and what I'd like to do is to go with you through the thought process that goes on in my head. For example, when I decide, okay, so what do I think about it? How can I think about it? How can I understand in which tempo to play it? How to pedal it, what dynamic to put, and so on. So, for example, the first thing that orients me towards a decision is, as I said, always the affect. I mean, I've written a book, How to Interpret Piano Music, the Well-Tempered Keyboard of Bach, and I explain a bit about the affect there and how the affect is so important to the whole well-tempered keyboard, because every affect, so every character, every atmosphere is connected to the tonality. And so I will look at the tonality G major. For me, it's something very fun, it's lively. So I would give it the affect of lightness. Now, another thing that I would look at to orient me about, okay, so how fast should I play this? I mean, I could play it like that. I mean, it sounds very nice, but still, I need to make a decision. So what will orient me will be the value that is of the notes. So usually, if you would write let's say eighth notes, and quarters, that I would play it like that. But he writes these as eighth notes inside 4/4, and this he writes as 24/16, meaning that there are 24 16th note, double notes in the whole measure. So basically, I think that he means that you need to think about it by quarters, but every one of these 24 double notes has its own importance here. And in that sense, it is actually a fast movement. Now, the next question I will ask myself is the theme. What is the theme? Is it in the right hand? Is it in the left hand? So that's the left hand. For me, this is a basso continuo. I mean, it's just an accompaniment. A theme could be either melodic, the theme of Prelude number 4, so this is a melodic theme. And here, I don't see a melody. Honestly. I mean, Bach was a great master of melody. He could have done better than that. So for me, in essence, the theme is harmonic. And so that guides me into the decision of playing with more pedal. If it would be melodic, I would not play it with a lot of pedal. But as a harmonic theme, I'll think, okay, I need to have the reverberation of the harmony. And since my piano has dampers, every note is damped. The harmony is damped, the reverberation is damped. So what can I do but open a little bit those dampers? Not much, but a little bit. So now, the next question is related to the character of the theme. We said it is harmonic, but is it 100% harmonic? And in general, it is not. In general, it's always a combination. It's like, you know, life is not black and white. So there's always a bit of gray there. So in general, the theme is, I would say, 80% harmonic, but there is an underlying melody. And how do I find this underlying melody? By taking the first note of each group of 3. So that's the first, and if I take just that, have a melody which comes out of this theme. So let's go back to play it. Okay, we can't play it that fast, but we see that actually that's perhaps kind of the idea that, you know, that it's not a slow prelude, and you need to hear the pace of the melody as well. Deciding how to play it. Now, one more element, I said that, okay, Bach didn't also write dynamic, since, you know, on harpsichord you don't play dynamic, but I would say that what guides us in terms of dynamics is the intensity that you will give to certain harmonies. So, for example, from the beginning, you have this contrast between the G major, carefree, and 5 measures later he's of course going into modulations, and he's modulating through a diminished 7th to A minor, again diminished, and again E minor. And so the question is, of course, how to color these harmonies to give a bit more intensity to the diminished 7th, to give a sense of resolutions when there's the perfect chord that comes afterwards. And perfect chord, yes, but there are different kinds. So the G major needs to be played in a carefree way, the A minor in a more reflective way. And so suddenly, you know, this whole piece is, of course, full of different moods and full of colors. So let's get to the fugue now. The fugue is in 6/8, which means that it is basically in 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And usually 3 are related to dance. And usually dance is related to the sense of gravity and lightness. So the idea is to decide from the beginning how to play each one of these notes. So I would say more gravity inside the first note. The first note out of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Except here we have a long note. So here I would break this systematic, but everything is possible. So it's a very symmetric kind of theme. 4 measures. Now the suspension, and now back. So for me, that's the way to approach that. And of course, since nothing is written, that you don't need to do anything, and so you play just all the same. Now, that's not true in the case of Bach. Bach always wrote the music, and then he trusted you. He trusted you to bring what you find is the best solution to each one of his themes, and he trusts you with a freedom. So meaning he said there's not just one solution. You could play all legato, it's definitely a solution. But you could play, you know, long notes long, and the other ones staccato. Bach. So up to you what you like to do with it. What is clear is that once you decide on a way of playing, the theme in terms of articulation, of mood, it needs to be repeated exactly the same way every time the theme will come. So these were my thoughts about Prelude and Fugue number 15. I'll see you next time with Prelude and Fugue number 16.